This season for me, it's a new place, a new boat with new department heads.
Best thing to do is feed them alcohol.
I've never hit anything in my career, ever.
Bring me a naked man and bring him to me now.
Challenge accepted.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. It is the Below Deck Mediterranean edition. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-captain. It's the one and only Teresa.
Ahoy, everyone. How's everyone doing?
If you're my co-captain, how do you think we would split the responsibilities?
I would probably drive the boat and let you drive the boat sometimes. I'll probably be the bigger captain.
So good at delegating. We're going to have a word about Natasha's delegation skills. You're so good at I would probably drive the boat, and then you drive the boat also, if you wanted to.
Oh, we could drive it together.
Do boats have co-captains? This is a dumb thing to be asking in episode 12 of this.
Well, maybe bigger boats do.
Maybe bigger boats, because obviously planes have co-captains. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Boats, we don't.
I think like larger, like Titanic must have.
I think they're called different things. Although. I think they're probably called different things because we've seen, at least this season, the engineers really step up. And not that they're co-captaining, but I think they have the ability to take the reins, to take the wheel if needed. Yeah, I think we would probably stand side by side.
Yeah, each on one side of the boat steering wheel.
Okay. All right. Yeah, the helm. No, that's the helm is the front. You have starboard and port side. That's left and right. So one of us would be starboard, one of us would be port.
But we would hold hands.
Oh, stop it. People are turning this off.
What?
People are turning this off. What's up, guys? I'm here with my co-captain who would sometimes drive the boat and sometimes let me drive the boat. If the boat was the podcast, that's probably true. Sometimes I drive the boat. Sometimes you drive the boat.
I think if the boat was the podcast, then I would definitely be the bigger captain. But you would be the other half of the captain, like 45%, and the engineers.
Ooh, definitely the engineer.
You do all the
I do the techie stuff.
Yeah.
You would be the fun captain, and I would be the You'd be the party captain, like on the Booze Cruise episode of The Office.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm your party captain. You would be the party captain. I would be like, all right, guys, we have to stay on course. We have to get to our destination.
That's for sure.
People are paying to get to this island. We have to get to this island, and you'd be like, no, let's have another drink.
Yes, that would be me. I would be the fun captain.
The party captain.
I would be the drunk captain.
Hello. All right. Guys, what is up? We are here to talk about episode 12 of Below Deck Mediterranean. We have a little bit of housekeeping to do first. Follow us on Instagram. We always ask you because it's important. That's where we post memes. That's where we post news. Both things we think you would want to be aware of. So get over to the Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. If you're not already over there, shoot us a message when you get there. Let us know you made it there safe. And we love hearing from you. We love talking to you. So it's all happening on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Also, still a good time to sign up for Patreon, and here's why. We have all of the Love is Blind After the Altar episodes up there for your enjoyment. And I really enjoyed watching and talking about that.
It was interesting. The only thing I wish is that I didn't know the end from social media, even like a few months,
I wish you
back.
didn't spoil it for me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Next time,
but they spoiled it at the end.
I wasn't spoiling. The whole time I was watching, I knew how half those couples were going to end up because of you.
Well, that was all over social media. Sometimes it's hard. I also wish they did the same thing. Like, let's wait until this shit is released.
Yeah, they really should have. They got to tighten down those NDAs. But yes, that's on the Patreon. The Single Life is in full swing on the Patreon. Full disclosure, just a warning, we are getting towards the end of the month. So if you sign up now, you're going to be charged when you sign up, and then you'll be charged the first of the month. It happens every first of the month after that initial sign up. And so just a warning, if you're really craving that Love is Blind coverage and that Single Life coverage now, go ahead and sign up. But you could also wait a few days if you don't want to get that charge on the first of the month again.
Yes. Come over, guys. Come over.
Definitely
Have
come over.
fun.
Definitely come over. We're having a lot of fun over there. So
A
Patreon.
lot of fun, hard work.
It's a lot of hard work.
It's a lot of hard work.
But it's work hard, play hard.
Yes.
That's our motto. So patreon.com/married to reality. Also, make sure you guys are following the podcast, the one you're listening to right now. Wherever you're listening to it right now. It's so easy to do. You just look down, you smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as that beach club.
That was hot, right?
It was a hot, and I loved that beach. I love the rocky beach that you can just go in and swim in the water.
Okay, as
It
opposed
reminds me
to...
of the sand.
Got it.
It reminds me of my mom used to take me to Rab, which is an island in Croatia.
Spell it.
R-A-B, Rab.
Rab, okay.
Or Hvar. It was like all these islands of the coast of Croatia. And Croatia has rocky beaches. They also have sandy beaches. But I remember you could like climb on this cliff. And the cliff, as you were climbing up or down, had all these like spots that you could set up your little beach setup, right? Little towel and stuff. And as you were climbing down the cliff on like stairs built into the cliff, then you get down to the water and you could just like jump because you couldn't touch the bottom. It was deep already, but it was crystal clear.
That sounds
and I
nice.
literally spent the whole time just snorkeling.
That sounds very
My
nice.
back was so tan.
All right, well, smash it like it's as hot as these beaches
Yes.
over there. All right, and last but not least, if you haven't left a review, please do. We love when you guys leave those reviews. We read the 5-star ones on the 90 Day, the OG podcast, the Monday Night podcast. So if you left a 5-star review and we haven't read it yet, just wait. It's coming. And if you haven't left a review, please do. We love when you leave those reviews.
Yes.
All right. The housekeeping is done. It is now time for my favorite segment of all the segments we do.
I think so.
Outfit's the segment. Sadness the segment. Boat Name the segment is my favorite segment. We do it every week because I don't know who is in charge of naming these boats, but they should be fired because these boats are terrible. We had Parsible 3. It wasn't a good name after 1. I don't know why we had to do it 3 times. Now we have Home, which you hear me say it. I've now said it. This is going to be the 12th week in a row I've said it. Home is a terrible name. It's the worst name. You should have just named it Boat. Boat would be a better name than Home. But we're stuck with Home, and we say, I think we could do better than that. So every week, Teresa and I put our heads together, and we come up with a couple boat names to replace Home. Teresa, I'm going to guess you have 3 this week. Is that?
That's true.
That's true.
It's
All right.
true. It's
All right.
reality.
I love it.
have 3.
Ladies first.
All right. My boat name number 1
Okay.
is In Love with Crazy. You know the saying crazy in love?
No, I don't. We were just named that for 2 years.
In love with crazy. Because Storm is in love with Natalia. She's crazy.
Did you just come up with that
Yeah.
as we were saying Boat Name the segment?
No, when I was eating my salad. You don't like my boat name?
We're gonna start a little slower this week, I think.
I think it's pretty good.
In love with, because it better be a big boat to fit all that on it. All right,
In Love with Crazy.
All right, we're starting a little bit slower this week, but that's okay. I'll also start slow. We saw the climax of weeks and weeks of Jason just slacking and dropping the ball, and Storm saying, I need to talk to him. Finally, we got it. That is why I'm naming the boat this week, my first boat name, Facin' Jason.
It's pretty good.
Storm decided to face Jason. Facin' Jason is my first boat name.
I like it. I can't believe you didn't like my In Love with Crazy.
Don't even remind me. Don't even mention that.
What?
Nah, don't mention it.
What?
All right, give me number 2. It can only get better.
All right, what do you think? My boat name number 2 of this episode is Work Hard to Work Hard.
What? Teresa!
Did you have similar one?
I have a very similar one.
Boy. Oh,
my
boy.
second boat name, because we saw the twerking, we saw the non-working, but we also saw Natalia, who was a lead twerker this episode. She was not really feeling the playfulness with Storm. So my second boat name, All Twerk, No Play. She was down to twerk, but she was not down to frolic
Yeah.
and play with Storm.
Work
So
hard, twerk hard.
all twerk, no play. All right. Last but not least.
All right.
Okay.
My last name of this episode
I
is...
told you it was going to get better, Teresa.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
You
here we
ready?
go. Take me home. No pun intended. Big finish.
It's Watch Me.
Oh.
Because of the watch, but also like Watch Me.
Can I tweak it?
No.
Let me tweak it. Let me
Okay.
tweak it. We're talking about Storm giving Natalia the watch.
Yeah.
right? She wasn't a fan of it. So it should be don't watch me. Don't watch me. Because she didn't want the watch. She
okay,
didn't want the watch.
okay.
And she probably doesn't want all the eyes on her. So don't watch me.
Oh, I'm going to go with Watch Me.
You go with watch me. I'm also going to go with a boat name that is related to this.
All right.
All right. And this is a good one. This is a good one, I think.
Hit us.
Things were going pretty well between them. Then Storm gave her the watch,
Yeah.
the timepiece, and it kind of turned her off. And she thought, oh, this is moving too fast. This is too much, too soon, right? Mm-hmm. My third and final boat name, Teresa. Clock Block. He clock blocked himself. I'm dropping the mic.
It's actually really good.
Clock Block, Teresa.
I like it.
It's my best boat name.
I
yet,
like
think.
it. It is. It is.
All right.
I mean, In Love with Crazy wasn't that bad.
All right, Teresa.
Crazy in Love?
I know.
In Love with Crazy.
All right.
What don't you understand?
Oh, I
but yeah,
understand. That's the problem.
that was the weakest one.
I know it was. It's okay. It's all right.
It's
They
okay.
can't all be clock block. They can't all be
Watch Me.
watch me or don't watch me. Let's get into the episode. Let's pick up where we left off. Spoiler alert, Natasha, she's not getting fired.
Of course not.
I said that I don't think it's going to happen. She's
No.
too valuable. She's done too well. She's not getting fired. She's just getting a talking to.
I mean, all she did was she left the pantry dirty. I know it's a big deal. Sandy called her out on it before.
Yeah.
But it's not like she did something horribly wrong. That's not
No.
fixable.
No. And we have this classic Sandy moment. Sandy's very good. She's had a word with almost everyone on this boat now. And what she does very well when she gives criticism, it's constructive criticism, but it's also the classic construct of praise, critique, praise. So it's always like, Natasha, I just want to say you're doing a very good job. You're doing really well. I noticed the pantry was a little messy, and I don't know if we need two people attending to the guests. It's a little messy. But your cocktails are fantastic.
Yeah.
But your cocktails are absolutely fantastic. It's always, she sandwiches it, and I love it. It's something that I've always respected when people give you, because give me two for the price of one. Give me two good, one bad. And that's what Sandy does. And that's what she did here.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, no. Sandy's great. She's like, love your cocktails, love your costumes. And so it's all good, right? So they're going back to the dock.
Yes.
It's windy, and they almost crushed the dolphin again.
This is
Ridiculous.
the equivalent of last season when it would be windy and stormy and the drawers kept flying open and things were sliding off the countertops every single episode. This season, every single episode is, are we going to hit the dolphin? Are we going to hit the dolphin?
But they really should have someone to pull it apart, because it's the boat literally fits right in between the two dolphins.
Yeah.
It is almost like no space
Maybe
for errors.
half a meter on either side, it seems
Well,
like.
it's more. It's about like 2 to 3 meters on each side, but 2 meters maybe.
Well, not
but
really.
It's
'Cause
very
they hit.
tight. It's very tight. Yeah.
They did bump this chart. They did hit it this time.
Yeah, but with the
Z
with
dropped
the buoy.
the Z dropped the bumper, and so it
With
was
the bumper.
fine.
It's not a buoy. Buoy.
It's a buoy, but in the business, in the industry, we call it a dolphin. So
Wait, I'm talking about the black thingy that.
oh
stopped.
no, that's the bumper.
It's the bumper.
No,
Yeah. So
what's floating in the water is the dolphin.
it's the buoy.
That's a buoy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Baba Buoy, which is a shout out to our Howard Stern fans. But Storm is doing a good job. Z thinks Storm is doing a good job.
Yeah.
I think he's doing a good job. He's
I think so too. I just don't like the shit talking about Jason. Like he if you have a problem with him and you are his boss, talk to him sooner, or don't talk to Z or Courtney. Don't complain about Jason because that makes you a bad boss.
I agree. And another boat name we could have named this week would be It's About Time. Because it was about the watch, it was about the time, but it was also, it's about time you talk to Jason.
That's a good one, yeah.
He's been bothering you for charters on end now. You're letting I don't know if you had to build up the courage or what you had to do, if you had to really see if he was an issue before you went and talked to him, but we saw how it ended. We won't spoil it because maybe some of you guys haven't watched. We'll get there at the end, but maybe if you had talked to him sooner, things wouldn't have ended the way they did.
And it's like, yes, Jason does a few things here and there that are questionable, but I sometimes feel bad for him. Like, they don't really try. Courtney just talks shit about him. So does Storm.
I don't feel bad for him. The job title is not to be friends with people, so I don't feel bad that no one's friends with him. If you're not doing your job, you're not doing your job.
No, but if you are working with someone this closely every single day, you live in the same place, if you don't get along, it's not gonna work. Like, you cannot work in such environments. Like, if nothing, you at least need to be friendly. You don't have to be besties, but you have to be friendly.
He is friendly. He's friends with half the boat.
Jason?
Yeah, he'll do the math equation later, but he's friends with half the boat. He's just not friends with his immediate coworkers. He's not friends with the deckhands, but he's got friends on the boat. And it's not this isn't a life sentence. This is a couple of months. I don't feel that bad for him. You should be able to do your job.
Yes. All right.
Would it be nice if everyone got along? Sure. But you not having friends shouldn't keep you from cleaning the boat.
No, but I'm telling you, it's the shit talking. Everything he does is wrong. Come on.
Is that
everything he does is wrong?
I don't think he's seeing that. That's behind his back. I don't know if that's really affecting him.
But he's gonna see it.
He'll see it. Yeah. He'll see it. All right, a little bit of a tip meeting. Just a short and sweet tip meeting. Sandy gives everyone kudos from the interior to the deck, from the window to the wall. Not one complaint. But we need to maintain this ship, guys. We got to keep this ship clean.
We got to keep the shit clean.
Oh, boy. All right.
We got to keep the shit clean.
Are you trying to say shit?
I am, but I kept saying ship.
Okay. Well, that's what Sandy wants. Sandy she's more of a professional, Teresa. She doesn't let those words fly.
If you are a sailor, you gotta curse.
That's very true. It's very true.
Gotta curse and drink rum.
It's got the mouth like a sailor. Tip. So the tip.
20,000. It seems to be a classic tip for this charter.
1,800 a person.
Nice.
But that's not all. That's not where the good news ends.
The owners are very happy with the team, so they're getting a day off, a dinner, free dinner, and a day at the beach club.
Day at the beach. Life's a beach. And a very happy birthday to Z.
Oh, yeah. Because it's his birthday week. We saw him celebrating last time. And he said it. It's some Z week. It's some Z week.
Oh, I like it. All right.
I should do a T week.
Sure. We're doing tea week every week now.
You should do a tea week.
Now that we've stopped drinking during the week, we do tea week every week.
That's every day. Oh,
no,
that's
not
a tea
Friday,
day.
Saturday.
True.
Tea week.
Tea business days.
Tweak. Anyway,
moving on.
The crew has to clean the boat before they can party, so they get on that. Except for a couple of our crew members here.
Yeah, it gets a little dramatic because Natasha and Kyle are like, just gonna stay here and clean the pantry and just to make sure everything's clean because. And while they're talking about this, let me ask you a question because I'm not sure if I picked up on this correctly. While they're talking together, Natalia is getting ready with Courtney and she's telling Courtney, like, come on, like, they need to go on Z's birthday. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But kind of telling Kyle too. And so I think the door is open and they can all hear each other. Because while Natalia is telling Courtney, like, this is ridiculous. Like, yes, like they shouldn't stay home. Like, Natasha. Then Natasha is talking to Kyle, dropping the F-bombs because they keep beeping it out.
Well, I think what happened was everyone went to clean. Kyle and Natasha went to lay down. They were like, let's take a break. They weren't cleaning while everyone was cleaning.
True.
And that's what upset me because it is Z's birthday. So why don't you clean when you're supposed to clean and then you'll be done and you can go out for the birthday. They were trying to make this point, which they didn't really make because they end up going out later. But I'm with Natalia. It's kind of bullshit. Clean while everyone's cleaning. Why do you need to take a special break right now? You're just trying to make a point.
Yeah, and Natalia was like, they had 6 hours to do this. And now they're staying back on the boat.
And this is right after Sandy is telling Natasha, you need to work on your time management. This is bad time management. While during the quote unquote workday, you're laying in your bunk bed. That's poor time management.
Does Sandy talks like this?
Doesn't
What
she?
No, I'm like, what are you doing?
How do you think she talked? In my head now she's talking like that.
I think she's very articulate. She's like, Natasha, you really need to get your shit together.
I think it's more like, oh, Natasha.
You look like you're holding a poop.
I'm just keeping my teeth together. This is theater of the mind, Therese. You don't need to tell people what I look like. I don't tell people what you're doing over there.
What am I doing?
I'm not going to tell people because
Tell me. What am I doing?
nothing this time. But sometimes you're doing all sorts of things.
What am I doing?
Nothing. I'll post the picture on Patreon. Sometimes when we podcast when you have a headache.
Yes, not.
She looks like the creature from the Blue Lagoon over there with ice packs on her face and her glasses upside down and a nightcap. She's holding a candle. It's wild. Okay. All right. You want to call me out? Teresa, you need to get your shit in order.
All right.
All right. So let's go to dinner. Natasha, Dave, Courtney, Z, they head to the restaurant. Storm, Jason, Kyle, and Natasha, they keep cleaning.
Did you realize how Dave went from being the introvert and then the person who got all the shit for Natasha to now being very friendly, going out, people are having his bag. Natasha wants to bang him again, probably.
Well, it's two things. It's twofold. One, he stopped putting all of his attention towards Natasha. So he had some free time and some bandwidth to talk to his other coworkers so he could nurture those relationships. And two, he stopped being a drunk asshole. So I think, when you do those two things, you're going to make friends.
Yeah, he stopped being a whiny little biatch.
Hello.
And I think it's like the same thing. He can drink, but I feel like if things are good, you get drunk, it's fine. You're going to just get drunk and have fun. But if you're dealing with something and you get drunk on top of that, of course it's going to come out and it's going to be bad.
Not to skip ahead, but you were wrong.
What do you mean?
Dave didn't get drunk and make a fool of himself. He went out.
True, you're right. I'm glad.
He kept it together. Not to say you were wrong, but your prediction was inaccurate.
True. Yeah, I wasn't being a good beaver. No. What is groundhog?
Yes, Phil Punxsutawney over here.
Groundhog.
You'll get it.
I don't know why I keep saying I think it's the same family.
We had groundhog for dinner the other day.
Yes, we did, but not the groundhog I'm talking about.
We had ground pork.
Yeah.
That's groundhog.
Yeah.
Never thought about that.
That's so true. But the groundhog, the one that predicts all the things, is like
can't eat that.
It's like a cousin of a beaver.
It's an endangered species, I feel like.
I think you can eat it if you are on alone.
Yes, that anything goes.
But I don't think you can just go to a restaurant and ask for a groundhog.
No. Well, it depends. I went to a restaurant in Austin. It is called Lonesome Dove.
Okay.
I ate about everything except dove. I ate.
Why would you eat a dove?
No, I wouldn't. I'm just saying the name of the restaurant was Lonesome Dove. Everything was on the menu except for dove. I had all sorts of elk and bison, venison, snake, rabbit. Sorry to the vegans listening. But it was delicious. Anyway.
Yeah, rabbit.
I think we can all get behind eating snakes, right? No one feels bad.
I feel like it's like juicy.
No one feels bad for the snake. It was actually pretty good.
Once my mom ended up in the ER because she made a rabbit for dinner. And then the rabbit has a lot of bones, and the bone got stuck in her throat, literally. So my dad rushed her to the ER. I had to take the bone out.
You guys should be so good at that because of the carp.
Well, that happens all the time. You know how many times I got a carb, but those bones are a little smaller, so you can
dangerous.
just like eat a lot of bread and it
Yeah.
should remove it, or like drink water.
Yeah. Anyway, so then everyone ends up showing up to the restaurant. I noticed that as soon as they sat down, they cut to a scene of the food being brought out. And I just really hope they didn't wait to order dinner until everyone showed up.
Why?
Because that's rude.
Yeah.
If Natalia, Dave, Courtney, and Z go to dinner for Z's birthday and they're like, well, we can't order food until Natasha and Kyle come. That's bullshit.
Well, I didn't think they knew if they're coming or not.
I'm just saying the food didn't arrive until everyone was there.
Oh.
So I feel like they almost waited. Well, we'll wait until everyone gets here, which is bullshit. It's like they're staying back to prove a point. They should have been cleaning while
Yeah.
everyone was cleaning. And now your whole night is on hold because of them. I don't
it's
like
a
that.
free night. I would start with a lot of appetizers, some drinks, and then get the main meal. But yes, I get your point.
Very true. Did you hear how Jason, he was talking to Natasha and he was like, I'm on eggshells. And Natasha's like, oh, I don't get it. Like, don't be on eggshells. You're doing a great job. Natasha was very
Well,
positive.
it was because Jason asked, "Oh, can I have this drink?" And, and then Natasha was like, "Sure." And he's like, "I hope you don't have herpes," which he has a very, very dry sense of humor, right?
I like dry sense of humor. I don't love his.
His is like over
It's
dry.
the Sahara. Yeah.
So yes, and Courtney got like offended. It's like, oh my gosh. And they all walked away. And Jason's telling Natasha, like, I'm just joking. Like, I don't know what to do. Like I'm getting a hard time even saying things because everyone is giving me shit. And Natasha was like, no, like you can speak freely.
The reason Natasha is so okay with Jason is because they're not in the same department. Natasha doesn't rely on Jason to show up every day and do his job. Storm does. If Jason was interior and was just kind of kicking around, not doing what he was asked to do, Natasha wouldn't be so friendly with him, I don't think.
No, she wouldn't. But I feel like Jason does things. He's not doing things.
You really like Jason for some
I
reason.
don't, but I just feel like he gets a lot of shit for doing the work.
He is the laziest on the boat right now. Now that Reagan's gone, he is the one who drops the ball the most and the one with the biggest attitude.
Well, I'm
no
going to say
question.
that's Natasha and Kyle who do the least, or at least Natasha with her phone
guess.
in her hand all the time.
I guess that's a good point. All right. So
yeah,
then
but-
they're bonding over because they're both lazy.
But what I'm saying is that, yes, he's probably not doing as much as Z or obviously Storm or Courtney.
Yeah, definitely not.
But he still does.
Yeah, he's not a
his job.
complete ass like
Yeah.
Reagan was. He's
Yeah.
somewhat useful, but all right. I think before we go any further, before we get any more heated, we should take a break. When we come back, we're going to move the party to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Z's going to get wasted. It's going to get good. All right? We'll be back in a second.
Oh, Jonathan.
Oh, Teresa! Where are you, party captain? And we're back at the club.
I just thought of this. We went to a kind of a club last year for our anniversary. We went to like a all-inclusive resort.
Oh,
They
yeah.
kind of turned it into a club at night.
Yeah, like outside.
Yeah.
We went to Club Med. We can tell people we love Club Med.
Well, we went to Club Med, yeah.
It's out of business now, the one we went to.
Yeah. Free drinks. I mean, we
Well,
paid for them, but
But the amount we drank, it basically became free.
yeah.
I think maybe that's why they're out of business now.
Well, that's the point of all-inclusive. But
Yeah, we did it all.
we did it all.
I wish they didn't go out of business, but what are you going to do? The franchise is still around.
Yeah.
The location we went to, we put them out of business. But yes, we are back. We are at the bar now. Z is having the time of his life. He sees a hot blonde who is not Courtney. It's Morena. And he's going to party like it's his birthday.
Yeah. Until he finds out that this lady is married.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a boner kill.
Yeah,
Clock-
what are you
clock block.
doing clubbing married like that?
Yeah, where were your friends? Where was your husband? Who were you with?
Yeah.
She's just setting thirst traps over there and taking shots from whoever will buy them for her.
Unless she got into a fight with her husband. They're on a vacation. She stormed off doing shots.
Yeah, right. You're also in a vacation destination. Yeah, what happened? I need more.
Something.
I need more information on that. But yeah, he was all into it. He was having the time of his life. But that came to an abrupt end, and everyone leaves the bar. Everyone leaves the club. They head back home. And all right, here's where things take a turn for the worse for Storm.
Yes.
He
has a gift.
He has a gift. And at first I go, oh, how sweet. He got a birthday gift for his good friend Z.
Well, that's not it.
That would make sense.
He got a gift for his girlfriend.
Not a girlfriend, but it's trending that way.
Yeah, and Kyle is like, oh my gosh, I would never spend money on someone like that. What are you talking about? You almost got engaged to Frank.
Well, yeah, that's still in the cards.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Natalia's like in her bed, kind of, and Storm comes. He's like, okay, so I have a gift for you.
It's like, you know what time it is.
Ooh. And she's like, no, I don't know. And I almost kind of understand, because imagine getting a gift from someone you're into, but not really. And this just makes it very serious.
Takes it up a notch or two.
Yeah. And I almost feel her like, yeah, but if I take this watch, then it's serious.
It's official.
It's official.
His reasoning is, this is my version of giving you some love. And that sentiment seems like something you would do after someone's had a hard day, or and maybe you could say she has, but to me it comes out of nowhere. This gift comes out of nowhere.
I almost feel like he just should have done it in private, not to show everyone first.
I know.
And kind of put her on the spot.
It seemed weird on Z's birthday to give a gift to someone else. I wouldn't have reacted the way Natalia did, but I was also like, wait, why are we giving gifts? What happened here? He didn't seem that drunk. He didn't seem like, the whole thing just seemed off.
I remember, you know how I said that Valentine's Day is an American holiday, and it is.
Yeah, it's
but
a corporate
in Czech, I remember once when I was in like 3rd or 4th grade, there was this guy, we were obviously young, right? And apparently he had like a crush on me, and he gave me this little note and a teddy bear, and he like left it on my desk in front of everyone, right? And I hated it. I was like, what, 8 years old?
Yeah.
I hated it. I hated it because it was like
it's embarrassing.
It is. And then everyone was like, oh my gosh. And I remember his name. His name is Michal. It was like, Michal loves Teresa, Michal. And I literally almost cried. I hated every moment of it. I didn't like that guy.
Yeah.
And I remember walking home, and he was like following me.
Oh, that's creepy.
And I'm like, well, we were like 8 years old, right?
Still creepy.
And I was like, oh my gosh, like, leave me alone. Like, I like, no. So I get it. Like, when you get a gift from someone that maybe you're not really vibing, and it's like being put on the spot. Well, obviously, this is different. She's more mature.
She's more mature, and she's putting out some signals.
Well, she likes him, but she wants to. I don't like the way she talks about relationships, that, yeah, she doesn't buy it because she comes from a broken family, right? I get it. That doesn't mean that you have to have a bad luck with a relationship, or it doesn't mean that you cannot have a decent relationship.
You're gonna have a bad relationship if this is the energy you're going into a relationship with. You're not trying to have a healthy, good relationship.
Well, because she doesn't believe things are gonna last. So she's like, why would I bother getting into a relationship if it's gonna end? Like, she thinks about the end before it even starts.
Yeah, she goes and she tells Kyle just that. She's like, I'm gonna pull back now. I don't like how fast this is progressing. And Kyle's like, well, you're crazy. You're gonna realize one day that no one's gonna love you like this. You should accept it. You should appreciate it. You should embrace it.
Yeah, and I almost feel like when going into the dinner, there was this bad blood between Kyle and Natasha and Natalia.
Yeah.
Now it seems to be better. I don't know if it's because they're drunk or maybe they talked and we didn't see it. But I think things are fine. Like they're joking again. Kyle is being there for Natalia, calling her out, which is what friends do.
For
Like,
sure.
If he didn't care about her, he wouldn't do this.
So then the next morning, we learn a little bit more about this watch, and it confuses me more than anything because Storm tells Z, so last night I gave Natalia this watch, and it was actually a watch I bought for my sister. It's like,
I think he had a gift for his sister, but felt like he wants to give something to Natalia.
Explain this to me, Teresa.
I don't get it, but
Sorry, Rachel, but who gives a watch to their sister? Maybe if it's their birthday or something, but wouldn't he have mentioned that? So I got my sister this birthday gift. He was just like, I bought my sister a watch and then I decided to give it to Natalia. Huh?
could be a watch from the trip.
Okay, I guess.
Although, just buy a shell.
Well, now that you put it that way, we have bought people souvenirs and kept them for ourselves.
We did.
We bought, when we were in Salzburg, we bought
the
people
beavers?
souvenirs.
The
and
little
then
beavers.
We were like, you know what? We're going to keep these for
Well,
ourselves.
but we went to the store again and bought something else. We just loved those beavers.
True. But so you do make a good point. It could have been a souvenir that he was.
Yeah,
But,
but-
what made me think it wasn't a souvenir was because I forget who said it, but someone said, oh, that's an expensive watch.
Yeah.
You don't get an expensive souvenir for someone, do you?
Again, maybe it's his sister's birthday, or maybe they have a good relationship, so they give each other a gift. You know how I bring gifts for my parents all the time?
That's true. Maybe it's one of those countries where you get a really good deal on this brand, and so it's much more expensive at home, so we get it here and give it there. You're making a lot of sense. You're making me rethink everything.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Before you met me, you were not a gift giver. Not that you wouldn't give a gift for like birthdays, but that would be it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't
I needed
travel
a
and buy.
reason.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I buy gifts for everyone. I love buying gifts.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Beach day. And Natasha's boyfriend is still blowing up her phone. He has been throughout this episode, but it continues here. She's kind of paying it no mind because Sandy is still in her head from yesterday.
Plus, as you said before, she doesn't like this annoyance. Like Dave before was whiny and annoying, and she get annoyed. And now her boyfriend does it, so she's like, yeah, no, thank you. And now she's like, Dave is the old Dave with a six-pack and cool tattoos. She's like, damn.
Well, I hope, I don't know that they'll get back together, but I hope that he's learned his lesson. For Natasha or for anyone, it's like, you don't want to smother a person.
Yeah.
Leave them wanting more. Don't be in their face at all hours of the day, whining, begging, saying you need more attention. It doesn't work with anyone I know. And I think hopefully he's seeing, because you thought he was going to get drunk and make a fool of himself and ruin it. He didn't. I'm thinking maybe because he's learned.
I would hope
From
so.
the past.
I would hope so. Because I didn't like the whiny Dave either. He bothered me. But now
That was fun.
I'm like, yeah, you're good.
How quickly we forget. Jason is isolating himself, just eating alone. And he says the best way to explain this situation here is with a math equation. We have 8 yachties, 2 of which are in a toxic relationship, 4 yachties who hate my guts. So that equates to a day that fucking sucks.
Yeah. I kind of felt bad for him, but maybe you can also have fun by yourself. Like if you really don't want to get with people, just go for a swim, get a drink, make a friend.
But I guess, go do something. He was sitting removed. He was social distancing from the entire group. And to me, that is a choice. And you're trying to separate yourself.
Yeah, and Z and Storm actually tried talking to him. They're like, "Hey, Jason, like, what are you doing? Like, oh, you got a food. What are you eating?" And Jason was not having it. He just wanted to eat and do nothing. And they picked up on it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's putting out this energy where maybe he's done trying.
I think he's very done trying.
But then you have to accept that as Jason. Except no one is going to be your friend if you're not going to put the effort in. Someone who wants to put the effort in really bad, like permanent effort, is Storm telling Natalia, I'll get your name tattooed.
Wait, he said that?
Oh, you sure
no.
did. So that was the sequence. We went back and rewound because Storm's like, I'll get your name tattooed. And Natalia's like, no, that's too much. And she goes, I'm worried. I don't want to settle down. And Storm says, no one's asking you to settle down. Are you getting that vibe? And
Yeah.
And Natalia's like, yeah. And that's when Storm goes, okay, I'll back off. And he storms off.
He's literally storms off. I love you to death, but I would never. If you said, I'm going to tattoo your name on my body, I would be like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Why? If nothing, it's cheesy. Like as we said on one of our podcasts, we have a matching tattoo that's something dear to our hearts.
No one would know. Only people that know us would know what it is.
Yes, or what it means.
Yeah.
You guys wouldn't even realize. But yeah, it's very personal. It's something Jen and I appreciate and like. And I love that. It has a very, very deep meaning to us. But if he was walking with Teresa on his arm, I would be like, wear a long sleeve.
Yeah. And I don't know if Storm was being serious, but.
Well, even if you're dating someone for a couple of weeks and you say this, even if you're joking.
I mean, he's got 94 tattoos, so I think it's just one more tattoo.
Yeah, no, but this is not just a tattoo.
I think he was drunk. I think he was in the moment. He does like her. And he said this, and it was not received well. And it turns into this argument because Storm stormed off. Natalia follows. And he's like, I don't need anyone to check on me. I don't want anyone to check on me. And Natalia's like, well, I care. Like, I'm checking on you because I care. And they make up. Natalia says, I'm not saying I don't want this. I just want it slower. Everything is happening very fast. First the watch. Now we're talking about tattoos. We just need to pump the brakes. Natalia goes, I've never had a relationship.
Yeah.
Which I find hard to believe. But I guess with that lifestyle, maybe not.
And also, if you have a bad experience from your past, or if you witnessed something like this in your past, you're probably going to be afraid.
I guess. I wish she wasn't that way because I think she will find happiness if she allows herself to.
She will. I think they're extreme people. She might be the extreme to the point that before even her allowing herself to be happy, she just thinks of what's going to come after without actually knowing. And it's like the opposite of when some people are relationship freaks. They want a relationship so bad that they stay in bad relationship just so they're not alone.
Right.
And once they freak out the other person and they get dumped, they find someone else. They need to be in relationships. Like there are two extremes. They're extremes to everything.
Yeah, and both I think are stemming from fear.
Yes.
Fear of being alone or fear of just the toxicity and the heartbreak that would come with a relationship. Yeah. And Storm says this isn't a relationship, which I don't think is true. There's some form of relationship here. I think it's clearly more than friends.
It is.
There's some form of relationship, but he says it. And that's all Natalia needed to hear. And she went right back to now trying to win his affection. It goes back to the whole Dave and Natasha thing. As soon as someone says, no, we're not. No, this is not a relationship. Natalia's all like, oh, wait, now I have to put effort in. Now I have to actually show that I'm interested. Because as soon as he said this isn't a relationship, she went right back to being all lovey-dovey.
True, yeah, but maybe that's what she wanted to hear. Like I think she likes the unknown. Like she likes being little on the edge.
Sure. Well, if there's no definition, then there's nothing that could be shattered. She's scared of it shattering. She's scared of a breakup. She's scared of a divorce. So if there's no title, there's nothing to ruin.
True.
And so then she's okay. There's no title, but I think also she's going, oh, well, okay, if he's saying there's no relationship, I better do something because I don't want to completely lose him. So now she puts effort back into it.
Yeah, might be. But yes, they're fine. And everyone's heading out for a dinner.
Yeah, it was dinner.
And Jason, I don't want to say he needs to read the room, but his sense of humor is really, really very overdrive.
He says no one gets his jokes.
Well, I kind of understand because Natalia is like so what are you guys having? And Jason's like, anal.
Jeez. Yeah.
That's a little aggressive.
That's a little much. And it fell flat. No one laughed.
No one. I mean, it's not, it's like, it might have been fun if you're like 12.
Yeah. Or again, read the room. Like I'm sure his group of guy friends, when they go out to the bar on Sunday to watch the game, that's a funny joke.
Yeah.
But read the room. That's not your audience. So things get a little tense because of a number of different things. And Courtney and Kyle go for a smoke. And this is where we learn something about Courtney's dad. It's super sad. He's struggling with Alzheimer's. And what's interesting is this is the first time we hear about it.
Yeah.
This is 12 episodes in. It's the first time we hear about it. She's been so busy the entire charter, all day, all night, working, that it was this one day off. She had one day off so far. It was this one day off where it floods back into her mind, where she thinks about it because she has a free minute and she thinks about it.
Mm-hmm.
And of course she gets upset by it. But it's true. Like if you're busy, if you keep your mind on work or on something and you can forget about those things that are troubling you, you can move forward, right? You can.
Yes.
And then you stop for a minute and all of a sudden, boom, hits you like a ton of bricks. So
Yeah.
it was sad. It was really sad. Everyone leaves. Everyone goes home. Storm and Z are hanging out, drinking. Jason texts Z because he wants to know what time we got to get to work tomorrow. And he's like, you should be texting Storm.
Yeah, but I didn't like this because he's asking, maybe he feels more comfortable. I think that's okay. You don't have to go straight to your boss. You can ask a friend like,
Sure.
hey. But I didn't like that Storm and Z are chilling on the deck and talking shit about this. I'm like, you're not being a good boss.
Right. And I get it. This is off the clock, but still.
Yeah, like in that position, don't. Like if Z was talking shit about Jason, that's one thing, right? You're just a coworker and sure, we don't get along. But your boss should put all this aside.
I agree. And he says, well, I'm going to cause some drama tomorrow. And that's even a bad thought to have. Because just say, I'm going to have a talk with, to go into knowing, oh, I'm going to cause drama. It seems like you're a high school girl who's ready to go say, oh, I slept with your boyfriend. Like, I'm going to go cause drama at this party, at this lunch table. Just say, no, I'm going to have a tough conversation tomorrow because I'm going to have to talk to Jason about his attitude. And that's what we see. The next morning, Storm goes to talk to Jason.
And I like how he approached this. Like, I liked this and the way Storm did it. However, I just had to think about it the whole entire time, how when he wasn't a good leader, because I get it. He's new in this, right? You might fuck up on certain things, but this is a common sense. You don't talk shit about people you're managing. Like, no matter what it is, you don't.
Yeah. No, I had no problem with the way Storm approached this. I thought I was going to at first because he was just like, I feel like we have a lot of tension and there's tension with the crew and I want to know where your head's at. And I was like, you're kind of just putting out a lot of bad energy. And as a leader, you should be providing solutions. And so Jason says, well, I'm just trying not to step on anyone's toes. And Storm's like, well, I feel like you're in a mood. And I'm like, this is not good. Like just telling him he's in a mood and it's becoming difficult to work with. But then he goes, so this next charter, I want you to be proactive and show us you want to be here. I'm like, okay, well, now you're at least giving him tangible things to do. You're providing him with almost, here, do this, show this, and we'll be good, which I think you do. You can't just tell someone they suck. Tell them, how can you show me that you want to be here, or what can you do to prove you want to be here? That I feel like is actionable.
Yeah, but he still kind of told him that he sucks because Jason feels like he does more than he should. Storm says he feels like the opposite. I don't think it was a good thing to say. As a boss, you could be like, all right, this is how you feel. Let's talk about it. Like, let's talk about
tell me what
your
tell
duties.
me, tell me what you think you've done or where you've picked up more slack.
Yeah, like the fact he goes like, well, all right, well, I don't think so. And basically, Storm is like, well, like, do you even want to be here? And Jason's like, you know what? maybe you should find someone else.
Yeah.
And Storm was like, no, like, I don't want you to go. But Jason said something that's so true. He was like, it's already out there. You already brought it up. Like, I don't want to stay here. Like, now it's going to be hanging over my head. He didn't say this, but that's how I feel. Now it would be hanging over his head, the fact that he is thinking of leaving or he doesn't want to be there. And the fact that he just said it out loud, staying would make things worse.
Yeah.
Because for Storm, every single time he would do something, and I'm making the quotation marks, Storm would just feel that, yeah, he doesn't do his job because he doesn't want to be here.
Sure. I don't know that Jason should have said that, but I think he's at his wit's end.
Well, he said he wants out. He's like, you know
Right.
what? Find someone else. He's just fed up with all this. I get it.
Gets up and he walks
Yeah.
away. And once again, we have a to be continued.
Yeah, because Storm is like, I don't want you to leave. Like, Jason, don't leave. Which I think comes from, not that he wants Jason on his crew necessarily, but he's realizing that this is the first time he's managing someone. And now someone is about to quit on him. And I think it's
not a good look for a manager.
It's not a good look,
No, and as I said, at the top of the show, had Storm talked to Jason sooner,
yes.
it could have been a different ending. I think if they talked the charter ago and it didn't get to this point where it was boiling over, we might have had Jason stick around. I think Jason's done. If I had to put money on it, I think Jason's done.
Yeah, I think so too.
We'll see. It is a TBC. It is a to be continued. We'll see next week, but another fun episode, another solid episode. We got some
Yeah.
drama. We got some laughs. We got some entertainment. All good things. All good things. So thank you guys for listening. We hope you enjoyed it. Follow us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Check out that Patreon, patreon.com/Married to Reality. Thank you guys again for the reviews. And of course, make sure you're following the podcast. It's so easy to do. You just look down, you smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as hopefully the TBC episode. We'll see you next time.
I think it's going to be hot. All right.
Better be hot. I think it's going to be goodbye, my Jason.
Oh, boy.
Goodbye, your friend.
All right. All right. That is it. I think I've said it all. Teresa has sung it all.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
As you said it all, sung it all.
All right. That means we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.